Alright, how's it going, YouTube? So we back with the recap over the weekend race. We had the list race. In the list race, we had the stock class, we had bracket, and we also had a prep race at the end. So just go through the car and just tell you how it went. So first of all, the car ran good. It was a sticky day. It was hot, so the prep was sticking extra good. So to where before it was colder ground temps. So now that the car's hooking, it's like all the power is being applied. So you can see the difference. So it just takes some adjustments. But I didn't have the time to do that at the track. I was running 2 cars on the list, and then I was just having a good time. I wasn't really trying to. I should have been trying to fix the issues it was having. It wasn't really no issues. It just I needed to play with RPM more and maybe take some timing out of the car. I noticed at the last run that the car has too much timing in it, and that I could dial it back and make it better. So what I really need to do is work on my front half. My big end, I'm getting mile an hour, but my front half sucks. So I need to work on that and go from there. So I was in the 2.0s pretty much all weekend. I mean, at the races, it was 2.04, 2.09, bouncing back and forth. I tried a new RPM range. If y'all seen the video when I went to the parking lot and I ran my fastest time on GNSS, I was trying a new RPM range. Now, it was holding in the parking ride, but when I went to BCC, it didn't hold, which I think I could have just took out some timing and it might have worked better, but I just went back to what worked for that surface, so that way I didn't have no issues, and it pulled through. I fought. Shout outs to Marco, he ran his PB. Shout outs to Charlie, Benji, Kevin. Shout out to everybody who ran their PB that day. Josh. It was a great day. It was some great numbers being put down. Everybody was making some good runs. So I know when it's by the end of the season, everybody should be a lot faster. So it's progression being made, which is a good thing. So, but anyway, shout out to everybody who ran their personal best and just ran consistently in general. Shout out to y'all. So yeah, the car, I wasn't really trying to push the car, but I did at the end wanted to break into the ones. So I was able to keep my #1 spot on the list. Shout out to Marco. You know, he kept his foot on my neck that whole time. So you know, I made sure I kept the car consistent, and that's what pulled me through. And the last run I think we ran was a 2.09 to a 2.03 or 2.04, one of those. So the car wasn't bad and it wasn't too shy of 1.9, but I didn't want to push it anymore, being that the car was sticky and I would have to refine the whole new tune. But it did good, and I also entered the castle car. This also entered the prep race. It put up a hell of a fight in the prep race, and it ended up taking a win. Shout out to Josh for being the runner-up in that class. Definitely was great to see him. I honestly thought he was going to take me, but I pulled through, and it was some great racing. So this car is doing good. I want to do some adjustments to it. I might take off this foam bumper. I'm not sure. It does help with the support in the front, but I need to add more weight upwards, because I notice when I go to launch harder, the car wants to lift, which is not a good thing. All right, give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so the car wants to lift, even if mid-track, and that's with me putting down too much timing. So that's why I figured I could keep the car how it is and just try taking out the timing and going through. I really need a day just to test and go through the car without trying to, just trying to get the car faster. So that's the plan. But anyway, let me get the castle car out, and then we'll go from there. All right, this is the castle car. It's the stock Traxxas chassis, and impressive. But It got the Castle motor. Oh, and the other car, I'm running a Phantom 3.0. I know I'm going to get asked. That's why I'm saying. I'm running a Phantom 3.0 and the Mamba Monster 8S. So the same with this car. I'm running the Mamba Monster 8S. I got the Castle motor in here. This car ran good. I ran it on prep that day, and I was able to hit 221. I didn't really push it no more. I don't even think I add any more timing to it. I actually took away timing. So it's at like 26 degrees in timing, I believe. And the RPM I was using, I told somebody, people was hitting me up and say when I say RPM. So for this car, I definitely more than willing to share RPM ranges and whatever I'm using. So with no timing, I think I would have did better with this car because in the big end it was unstable. So I had the boost coming in fully engaging around like 44. It's either at 40 or 44, and it's starting at like 65 or 64. So when it fully engages and all the timing hits, it like unsettles the car, and the car is just so it's taking away ET. So I just need to make the car more stable. If I could find I just haven't been running the car, and that's why I took it out to test. And I think I started at a 229, and then I worked my way up to a 220. But the more power I gave it, the faster the ramp came in for the full timing to engage. So the car would unsettle faster in like say the middle of the track instead of a quarter of it. So it's just some work needs to be done. That's all. It's no big deal. I flipped it the last race against I think Kevin, and one of my shock screws popped out. That's all that happened. The shock is still good. Yeah, everything's still good. So yeah, that's the plan. The battery is up front now, so I know I got weight up front. It's just that when the power hits the wheels, it's unsettling the car, and you got to fix that. So I guess we'll just keep working on it. So maybe I'll keep playing with RPMs and keep playing with time. And everybody that's going fast with this, with the Mamba Monster 8S and this Castle motor, normally has all the timing in it. From what I'm seeing in 1/8, but you got to gradually work your way there is what I'm seeing. So if I'm gradually going up in time and I see the car unsettling, maybe I can do some suspension adjustments to correct that, and that way I can keep putting down more timing. It's just not slap timing and go. So it takes time to get there, but I really wanted to put the 2.5 back in here, but I'm gonna stay with the Castle motor for now and keep going with it. See what happens. But I did run my RS4 in the bracket. I don't know. Maybe the prep was messing with the foam tire, but my car ran a 250, a 257. So I dialed in at a 252, and then the car ran a 237 or 233. So it was all messed up that day, but it is what it is. I had fun. Definitely a fun class. And the stock car, shout out to Jeff for taking the stock class, and shout out to Brian for taking the bracket. Definitely was a good day. Some great day of racing. Thanks to everybody that came out. I know there's a few locals that didn't make it out, but hopefully we see y'all in the next one. And the list, so the way we do the list now is that it's 5 rounds. And we raced yesterday. It was our first time, and we raced up. But next time we will be racing down. Then the next one will go up for 5 rounds, and then we'll gradually go on. So there's no call outs. It's just consistently racing. 5 rounds, you're guaranteed to race. So that's what it's all about. Come out, test. Basically, a testing is just a fun time. So y'all guys come out, and thanks everybody for tuning in.